Yo, what's going on, true Blazer fans? It's Torey and I'm back with another player analysis video. Now I know the audio in the last video wasn't that good, and I'm definitely looking into some things that I can do to improve that. I definitely care about the quality of these videos. Even though we're a YouTuber, we try and make them as professional as possible. So thank you for your feedback, and we're open to any constructive criticism on this channel, so if you have anything to say like that, we'll hear it with open ears. I also think I was talking a little too closely to the microphone, so I'm adjusting that for this video. Running through the normal checklist that we do every time, make sure to follow us on Twitter at TrueBlazerFan, and me personally at ToreyJonesYT. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so you can stay tuned with some amazing Blazer content. And with all that being said, let's jump into this video. This player analysis is going to be on Zach Collins. So I am a Gonzaga Bulldog fan, so I had a lot of familiarity with Zach Collins' game before he came to the NBA. I was very excited when he got drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers just because I was already a fan of him, but also because I was a huge fan of his game. I definitely supported trading the 20th and 15th picks up to number 10 in order to select Zach Collins, as I think he can be our third best player here in a few years. And while right now he looks like a defensive player only, I definitely think he can be a stud of a two-way player. While his offense didn't look promising in Summer League, I don't think Summer League is a good place to showcase Zach Collins' offense. There's a couple reasons for that thinking. Number one, they were trying to feed him and get him buckets in the low post, and he's still not strong enough to be able to effectively do so, but I think that'll come with time and some weight training. The second reason is I think he's a very good complementary scorer. A guy that can spot up, spread the floor, hit open shots, hit shots from mid-range, maybe roll to the rim a little bit this year, and catch a pass on the pick and roll and finish. He's not really a guy that you're going to give the ball to and say, go give me a bucket. So the Summer League setting isn't really the best place for him. He struggled offensively in Summer League last year too, and then the last half of last season, he was decently efficient and very, very solid. So while some people are worried about his Summer League performance on the offensive end, I definitely am not. Defensively in Summer League, he was probably the best player in the entire tournament. Definitely the best rim protector. I don't know what his block stats were, but he was blocking a ton of shots, and teams just couldn't get to the rim and score when he was on the floor, and that was a big part of Portland going on to win that Summer League championship. We all know how solid his defense can be. We all know that he could be one of the best rim protectors in the league just due to his instincts, due to his shot blocking ability, due to his agility. He definitely has that potential, so there's not too much to speak on that end. The biggest question marks come on the offensive end, so we're going to break down a few different aspects of that part of his game and look at how he can improve. First off, we're going to talk about his shooting, and I honestly think that he can be a good three-point shooter. You look at guys like Karl-Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, even Anthony Davis. They struggled to shoot threes when they came into the league, and their percentages have ramped up over time. It seems to be a pretty common trend with big men, so while Zach Collins only shot 31% last year, I definitely think in the next couple of years he can get that up to 37 or 38%. Now, Neil Olshey and Terry Stotts have said they want to use Zach Collins a lot more inside and a lot more at center, and that's part of the reason they let Ed Davis go. I just hope they don't abandon his three-point shooting. In Summer League, it worried me a little bit that he wasn't really shooting threes, and sometimes he was passing them up even though he was wide open. And this is a part of his game that I definitely think he needs to develop, because I definitely think it could be a very valuable part of his game, and it could also be very valuable to spacing, which would be good for CJ and Dame and allow them more room to do what they do best. I do want to see them give Zach Collins a little bit more responsibility as a passer. Now, in the past, they've used Mason Plumlee as a passing center. Jusuf Nurkic, when he came over here after trade, they were using him a lot in that role, and he was getting a lot of 6, 7, 8 assist games. They kind of strayed away from that last season with Nurkic, but I think Zach Collins has some untapped passing ability. He's a smart passer, maybe he doesn't have the greatest vision or the greatest touch, but I think he knows how to make the right pass. And I definitely want to see them use him at the high post as a passer, and that would also be a spot where he could face up and shoot a mid-range jumper, or maybe take his guy off the dribble. I think right now he's definitely better facing up towards the rim, so if he can face up but also be in a position where he can pass the ball and distribute, I think that might be a good role for him, and it's definitely something that they should at least least try out. Now, as far as rebounding goes, Zach Collins is definitely going to have to improve over last season. Per 36 minutes, he only got 7.6 rebounds, and out of a center, you definitely want somewhere around 10. Part of that is he boxes out well, so he kind of opens up opportunities for his teammates to get rebounds. Robin Lopez was the same way. Sometimes you'll box out and let somebody else come in and scoop that rebound, but he definitely needs to be stronger going up for boards, because there was a few last season where he just kind of got the ball ripped away from him. I also think he underachieved last year at the free throw line. In college, he was around an 80% free throw shooter, and last year he shot only 64%, and I chalk that up to being a rookie and being a little bit more nervous than he usually has been. I do think he can improve his percentages to around 75 or 76% because he's not that bad of a free throw shooter. And as far as Zach Collins' 2-point shooting, I definitely think he underachieved relative to his ability in that area as well. He has a very smooth and nice mid-range stroke, so it surprised me when I'm reading that he shot 33% from 10 to 16 feet, 30% from 16 feet to 3. Even 3 to 10 feet, he only shot 32%. These numbers definitely need to improve if he wants a more well-rounded game. There's a couple plays last year where he used a floater that looked very, very solid, and I definitely want to see him use more of. And I think he definitely needs to keep working on that mid-range jumper because the mechanical ability is there. He had a couple very solid shots from the mid-range out of the face-up and off the move even last season. So I definitely think that he needs to continue to round out that part of his game. The results might not look too pretty, but in a rookie, you're just looking for flashes of what could possibly be. He did shoot 62% at the rim. A lot of those, though, were wide open dunks. But I do think it's promising that he finishes pretty strong sometimes, but also knows when to use finesse and also has some touch. Last season, he had a reverse layup that looked absolutely great, and I just think he can be a very solid finisher, and I do want to see him get more opportunities to finish out of pick and roll as the roll man. So all in all, Zach Collins definitely needs to improve his efficiency to be able to help the team on the offensive end. 40% from the field and 31% from 3 just isn't going to cut it. For those that like to use true shooting percentage, his true shooting percentage last year was 47.5. Usually you want that at least around 55%, so he definitely has a lot of progress to make in the offensive end of the game, but he's never really been used like he was last year. He's never been used as a shooter. He's never been used as a guy facing up, and before the NBA, he was never really a guy that would take somebody off the dribble. So the fact that he actually did those things in flashes is very promising. Now, Olshey let Ed Davis go in order to give Zach Collins some more minutes, so in those minutes, I do want to see them try out Zach Collins in different type of roles and actually let him fail while still maintaining his minutes. You have to go through and learn from failure in order to succeed, and I think that's definitely the case when you're developing an NBA player. I do think he has potential in pretty much any area of the game, which is what makes him such an exciting prospect. They just need to tap into that potential by experimenting with him in different types of ways. Anyway, true Blazer fans, I hope the audio was better in this video than it was yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed the Zach Collins player analysis. If you did, leave a like down below as it helps us grow on YouTube, and also let me know what you think about Zach Collins and this player analysis down in the comments section below. If you have a question for Monday Mailbag, make sure to leave it down below in that YouTube comment section as well. We got one more bench player, and that's Seth Curry, and hopefully that video will be coming out tomorrow. If not, it'll be coming out the next day, and then we can get into the starters and some other types of videos, which is going to be fun. It's only 15 days till that first preseason game, so it's almost here, and I can't wait. I hope you true Blazer fans have an amazing Friday, and with all that being said, I'm out of here. This has been Torey. Peace out. Go Blazers.